Haskell.com.
Haskell, I guess, how would you describe the way Michigan's offense operates as far as how quickly they get rid of the ball, and then what does that mean for this defense, maybe especially for you guys up front?
They're a big offensive line. Quarterback is very skilled, so we just got to bring it every down. Get our hands up, try to deflect balls, but really just all overall good defense.
What did you like so much about the way that this defensive line handled the run last week, more than just like what the eventual stats at the end of the day were? What did you, when you went back and watched film, what stood out to you?
Just really how much we were detailed in our technique shows up on the film, and how really what Coach Jay teaches us in terms of fitting the run and how to make a new line of scrimmage. And we have a big challenge ahead of us this weekend. They pride themselves on running the ball. And
To fourth row left, Colin Gay, Rivals.
Kind of in the same vein, Haskell, you were mentioning kind of the snowball effect for the run defense on Saturday, and I'm curious about, as you watch Michigan's running backs, I mean, do you see a chance to kind of pick up where you guys left off from Michigan State? Is it kind of like the same style of run, the same kind of approach for you guys?
It's a different opponent. This is our rival. I wouldn't say it's the same approach. There's a lot of feelings and a lot of that goes into this game. We prepare for this game 365 days a year. So to say it's the same approach as last week, it's not. It's rivalry week, and we know how important it is to get this win. And for the running backs are very versatile. They're great running backs in the backfield. And we have a big challenge ahead of us this weekend.
Do you feel like momentum, though, just based on shutting down kind of a Heisman hopeful in the backfield, can give you guys? I mean, Zach Harrison was talking about confidence for you guys, and I'm curious, could that snowball into kind of the confidence and just the mentality of what you guys do against Blake Corum or maybe Blake Corum and Hassan Haskell?
Yeah, no, whether it was me last week or it could be Zach this week or it could be Tommy Eichenberg, you never know. So whoever sparks that energy early in the game, everybody will feed off of.
We'll go far left, Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now on Sports Illustrated.
Haskell, happy Thanksgiving. I'm curious about how you manage your emotions this week. You talk about this is the kind of week you prepare for every day all year, and yet I have to think there's some level of trying to make things feel normal. Going through normal film sessions, normal practices, so that you have a routine focus coming into this week. How do you manage the emotions when you want to ride really high, or you're trying to pick yourself off of things?
Yeah, try to keep it as normal as possible, especially as well. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Just trying to manage everything that comes with this week. You have Thanksgiving, and then you kind of got to go from being in the family sense and being happy to then changing your focus back to the game. Getting locked in and focused. It's just always being able to flip that switch on and off. Coach Day always refers to there's time to relax and have fun and enjoy each other's time, especially with Thanksgiving. But there's a time when you have to flip that switch on and be locked in to your technique and everything that you do in preparation for the game.
To his right, Jacob Bench, the Lantern.
Hey, Haskell, we talked to Ryan earlier, and he mentioned how he feels as a coach that there's a sense of pressure going into this game. I'm curious, from your vantage point as a player, do players feel that sense of pressure, and how do they go against balancing that during rivalry?
Some guys this is their first time going into the rivalry week. There's fresh faces that didn't play in this game 2 years ago. Unfortunately, with unfortunate circumstances, the game was canceled last year. So there's new faces on all over the field, offense and defense. So it's just managing this week. There's a lot of pressure, but we thrive in pressure.
You mentioned how the game was canceled last year, of course, and as you go in preparing for this week, how much does last year kind of affect how much you're preparing for this week and how much you're putting into another matchup with Philly?
It's just really enhancing what we did last week. Just sacrifices, whatever you got to do, whether it's get your homework turned in earlier in the week, it's talking to your parents earlier in the week so that you have more time to focus on this team, because like I said, this is rivalry weekend. This is the one that you dot on your calendar every year.
Front row right, Jeremy Birmingham, Letterman Row.
Haskell, how do you make sure that guys don't get too emotional this week? I mean, last week you had the big speech pregame, and then after the game you said, hey, I meant what I said. You had a huge stop on the first play of the game that sort of sparked the whole defense. But you know that this game's a little different, the way that things happen pregame and all the jawing back and forth. How do you keep guys from not going too far?
Just kind of reverts back to what Coach D says, play with emotion, go emotion, play with you. And so we need everybody out there, whether, just in between plays, just getting chippy. You don't want a guy thrown out over a stupid penalty. We need everybody out there. And so just for that, it's just as me being the oldest and the leader on the team, I need to control my emotions, and they look at me as an example. So I need to make sure that everybody follows me in the sense of, making sure that your emotions are in check and when to play between the whistle.
How much was this game emphasized to you in your recruitment? You're from Las Vegas, from Hawaii. Like, you weren't the kid who grew up in this. How did they emphasize it to you?
When I first walked in the building, there was no blue pens. There was no, you couldn't wear blue. Me coming from Bishop Norman, our colors were orange and blue, and so when I walked in, I had a blue sweatshirt on. Immediately, it was taken off. And Coach Meyer, the coach at the time, really emphasized how much this rivalry is and how much it means to not only us in the university, but the fans as well.
Right next door, Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
Haskell, has all that emphasis that you heard about during your recruitment, has it lived up to playing in that game?
I mean, it's just, I truly honestly believe it's the greatest rivalry in sport. This dates back, I've had people's grandparents talk about, great-grandparents talk about this rivalry when, Woody Hayes was here and how much this meant. And I mean, it runs deep, not only in the football program, but in all of state of Ohio.
How much thought had you given to your pregame speech on Saturday? I know you said you said it and you meant it, but was that just in the moment? Did you plan on saying that all along? What goes into that?
I mean, I didn't plan on saying it. It was on my heart, and that's how I felt going through that week. It's just, it wasn't planned out at all. It wasn't a shot. It was just what I was feeling and what my emotion was feeling at the time and place, and I said it. So.
Deep right, Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
You had just talked to Jeremy about setting the tone and being a leader, but on the field, when you take the field in the first play of the game, you go up the backfield and make a huge impact, how much do you think that sets the tone for the rest of the defense to do that on the first play inside and it right back?
I mean, it sets an example, for all not only the guys now, but guys who are going to be playing next year, that once you set that example and set that tone in the beginning of the game, first snap, it's, like I said on Saturday, it's a snowball effect, and then it radiates throughout the whole team. And once you have that energy, you just keep that energy going, and then everybody is on clicking on all cylinders.
Right next door, Mark Coons, ToledoTV.com.
Tomorrow, Haskell Garrett's Thanksgiving giveaway. Tell me a little about that, the motivation behind that, the inspiration behind that, what you're hoping to accomplish.
Yeah, no, in high school and even growing up, it was always emphasized in my family to give back, and I felt that with NIL and the funds that I made through NIL gave me this great opportunity to use my platform and to use the financial funds to help other families in the community of Ohio. And I feel that with all the support that we have, it's something that I can do personally to give back to the community.
Got time for just a couple more. Third row right, Tim May, the Emeritus Journal.
I don't know what that means. By the way, this is my real question. What was the tradition, Hawaiian Thanksgiving Day? What y'all have?
It's a lot. There's turkey. Your traditional turkey, yams, collard greens, stuff like that. But for me, it was really just going outside, preparing the pig with my parents and with my family members. And when you sit up all night with your cousins and just talk and have that family time, just to slow down and have that quality time with your siblings meant the world to me over just meals. And that's what we really emphasize. A lot of things are based around meals in Hawaii, and then the Polynesian culture, and you get to really connect and love your siblings. With all the social media and things that are going on in the world, it allows you to stop and put a pause on things.
When you make that, speech you had, or the little talk you had in the, before the game, and then you step up and make that play, did it feel like a shot of adrenaline goes through you? Or was it like getting hit by a lightning bolt? What was it like to follow through, if you follow my drift?
Yeah, I mean, whether it's a shot of a lightning bolt or a shot of adrenaline, just really, it just came through me, and for me to do that, and for it to be able to energize the whole team, is truly a blessing and honor. It just really shows how much my brothers really trust me and allow me to set an example for them, and them to feed off of me and be that energizer for them.
And then one last quick, you guys bust your rear ends almost 24/7, 365 around here to play in games like this. What is it like to be going into a game where everything you've worked for, and obviously it's like that for you guys almost every week, but I mean now it's like, win or stay home, so to speak.
Yeah.
What is that like to kind of be facing that moment?
I mean, it's what you love about Ohio State. It's why you're recruited here. It's why you commit here. It's to be in moments like this. You have 2 back-to-back weekends with college game day. Like, who doesn't want that as a top recruit? And I just feel that around here we live under pressure. We love chaos. So I'm excited for Saturday.
And final questions for Haskell, front row middle, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Haskell, you had your breakthrough year last year, then you're denied the chance to play Michigan. How much did that factor into your decision to come back, to be able to play one more time in this game?
I'd say it was a part of it. It was a small snippet, but for me, really, to come back I wasn't quite ready to leave the Brotherhood yet, and for me to have the opportunity with the COVID year was the opportunity to have one last year with my brothers, and leave behind a great legacy, and to just leave Ohio State better than when I found it.
And I know you went through some injury stuff in the middle of the season. How do you feel now? Do you feel like you're back to being the Haskell Garrett you want to be?
I feel 100%.
Great, Haskell, thank you very much.